Oh, man. I love Harvest Moon. Wait. Today on... Wait, are we starting now?
I don't know. You tell me.
Why could I never get enough of you singing that song?
But who am I talking to? Guys, I am joined here. I'm Paulsh109. Thank you for listening. Good night. Wait, that's not it. Intro, not outro. Werewolf and GP, how you guys doing?
It's all right.
So that's Werewolf.
How many
And we
gummies
also
did you have tonight, Wolf?
Not enough.
Not enough. Yeah, turns out they're not special gummies. They're just regular gummy bears because they're delicious.
Awesome.
Anyways, GP, how's it going?
I am doing good. How are you?
I are splendid. I'm here to gush a little bit. I'm talking about a game that 6 months ago, maybe, I would have been like, not a fucking chance. I'm not touching this game. It's too open-ended. It's just pointless, busy work. Now, I am kind of obsessed with it. And I feel bad because it's just, well, actually, no, it's just fun to play with other people. But I've been playing Stardew Valley, and I'm pretty sure Werewolf knows what it's like. GP might have some experience. Would that be fair to assume for both of you guys?
It might be.
Yes.
But it might not be? Okay, cool. So this is what I'm going to go with. No. I love this game. And it's one of those things, I think it's like Dead Island for me. And you're going to get this comparison whether you like it or not. It has the Dead Island effect, where I don't care how bad or good the game is. If I get a good crew to play the game with, then I'm just set. But this is one of those games that I started playing with friends, and now I'm kind of mad when I can't play with my friends because I want to work on the same farm.
Mm.
I did name one the Press B farm for Press B to cancel, which is the podcast you listen to now. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh, God, that hurts to say. Sorry. But yeah, Werewolf, you have any experience with this? Let's start with you.
Yes, I do. I got this game, I want to say pretty early on after its release. I didn't jump right on it, but I think within a month or two I bought it. And then
Jump right on it.
I didn't actually touch it for a while after that. And when I finally did, I got super into it for about a year's time in game. And then I didn't touch it again for a while. And then it came out on Switch, and I bought it immediately. And I played it for about a year's time.
I'm detecting a theme already.
Yeah. It's probably more like a year and a half in game. I never quite hit that 2-year mark, though.
Well, I'm going to say it's probably like, 25 hours-ish for a year, I guess. Depending on how quick you go to bed, but...
Yeah, most days are 15 to 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, something like that, so... But this is a really cool game, I got to say. Like, before, I couldn't care. But now it's like, hey, this is kind of fun. And now, I didn't care so much about the growing. I didn't care so much about getting married, but I'm doing everything that I can in it, so it's kind of interesting to see happen in front of my eyes. GP, you say you haven't played it?
Well, it's not that I haven't played it. It's more of a not having ever played it.
Okay,
does that make sense? It's a very fine distinction.
Yeah, okay, I think I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing, but it's not the same thing.
Same category, different intent. So
Okay,
one would
gotcha.
imply that I was going to play it. The other is straight up saying, no, I haven't done that shit. No. But I understand the game, and I feel like I don't need to play it because I would have mastered it already. It's one of those type of, yeah.
Or you be in like year 16 of your farm or something and just cruising.
Wait, farm?
Yeah, there's a farm in there. You start on a farm.
I'm thinking of Ninja Gaiden.
It's pretty much the same story.
Okay.
Your dad dies and bequeaths to you this item, but in this case it's like a bus ticket, and then you go to a farm that he's left you instead of, having to save the world from evil demons.
Okay, yeah.
But, I haven't done everything in Stardew Valley though. There may be demons that you have to slay, and so I don't know, man.
No, it looks awesome. Honestly, if I had to say the one reason I haven't played it yet, it's because from what I know of it, it seems intimidating with how much minutia is in it, if that makes sense. Like the amount of detail, the amount of things and side quests, and the side quests have side quests. I know it was for the longest time. I get that with games. If it's RPGs or like, I didn't play Metroid Prime for a number of years because I was like, I don't have the brain space right now to do this.
No, and you know what? That's totally fair, because actually my friend gave me I had this gift, or I saw it. I was like, hey, this looks like Harvest Moon, and I played the original Harvest Moon. I was like, this is cool. And, like no more than a week in game or something that I got in Harvest Moon, turned it off. So I'll come back and play it later. And I said, this looks like Harvest Moon all over again. I'll try it. And I had it on my wish list for like 2 years. My friend gifted it to me for Christmas or my birthday one time. I tried it for, like an hour or two, and I was like, I'm not feeling it. I was super disappointed, and that's what I was like. But now I'm just like, oh, cool. Because it's kind of like Terraria, where I was playing with friends. I got that spark. And the person that I actually played it with, she's like a hardcore fan. So it's interesting, because that learning curve that I was scared of, that GP just mentioned, there's so much to do, and there's so many avenues to take. I had someone basically who was like a living, breathing FAQ. So it was great.
Is that a streamer that was showing you how to do it?
Yeah, actually, she streams under Lee Clips. We can put that in the info if you want to check her out. She's very very chill. One of my favorite voices on Twitch for sure. She's always super relaxing.
I always like it when we can take a moment and kind of give shout outs to other people that we know from the streaming community who might be subject matter experts. Well done.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. And I think that's what's cool about it is, playing with somebody who's actually, I can't say this, because if I say this, then I'll have to change my stance on Star Wars. But I was going to say that when you have somebody who's so passionate about something like this, and you can enjoy that passion with them, and they can share it with you, it's really fun. But that's half the reason I can't stand Star Wars, is because of the fan base. So anyway, onward and upward. Werewolf, hey, did you marry anybody in the game? I gotta know.
Yeah, I think when I played last on when I was playing on the Switch, I think I went for Emily. Is she the one with blue hair?
Yeah.
Haley's older sister?
Haley's older sister, yeah. Okay. She was taking a liking to me, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm reaching back a little bit. The last time I played Stardew was, I saw on my Steam account today, about a year ago.
Okay.
It was just before the 1.4 patch hit, so there was my knowledge of some of the current content is lacking.
Yeah, I see. It's all new to me, so I don't know what's new or old or anything. So it's all fresh to me. So.
Hey, can I ask a question?
You may.
Where is Jake? Where's Sick Jake at?
I heard he got held up at the border trying to smuggle goods out of the Gatoro Empire.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Gatoro Empire means, bootleg video game controllers. Then, yeah, I heard that too.
Well, that's good. That's better than what I had heard. I was worried about him. I had heard that he had involuntarily been forced to go under one of those body-altering surgeries and is now legally considered Tupperware.
That would make a lot more sense. Kind of. Jake, if you're listening,
as Tupperware,
don't forget to burp your Tupperware.
Yeah, I was going to say, as Tupperware, is he still grossed out by burps?
Yeah.
I don't know, but if you're listening, and if you are in fact Tupperware, don't let anyone put any sort of red sauce inside of you.
No, you can do it, just don't reheat it. That's one trick I've learned. If you put it in as cooled off, it's fine. But if you heat it in there, that's when it kind of bakes in.
See, that's a life hack. That's good to know.
I thought so. Okay. I got many knockoff Tupperware that are still surprisingly clean.
Right on. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break your stride.
It's okay. I don't have a stride. What are you kidding? Anyways, I was talking about girls again. But you can talk about girls. You can talk about guys.
Your delivery of that line was wonderful.
I'm gonna have to listen to that in half speed.
Oh, okay. So speaking of the marriage thing, I love that this game is so inclusive.
Yeah, that's actually what I was about to start talking about.
Yeah, like you can marry a same-sex character in this game.
Yep. And
That's
is
wonderful.
it an issue? Nope.
Yeah. It's almost like everybody in the game decided to be a decent human being and just mind their own damn business.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's like it's fine. Yeah, no, that's what I thought was really cool because I was like, maybe I'm gonna be gay in this game, just cause. And then I was like, then I met Jody, and I fell in love. It was love at first sight. And then my dear friend Lee Clips told me,
Is she the one with the brown hair or green hair?
she has like blondish brown hair. She has beautiful lips, and she may or not be already married.
She's the one with the little boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta start playing this game.
Yeah. So
Can we please not just reduce all the characters to their physical attributes? Yeah, sure, Jodie might be stacked and have lush lips, but she also has a personality, okay?
yeah, look, she has beautiful hair too. Okay.
Well, that's fine.
But she's sweet. All right. I gave her diamonds. I gave her amethysts.
And her husband was completely cool with it, by the way.
Yeah. He actually gave me, oh God, what was it, like a recipe for some kind of fish meal or something afterwards. You know, I was already married. I married someone else not long before he actually shows up, because in the first year of the game he's not there, and then he kind of just shows up, and I'm like, well, you know, I'm not going to be the home wrecker. But I'm still a little bit hurt. But at the same time, now I'm married to, oh shit, Emily. No, who the hell am I? Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to log into my game.
Oh my god.
I need to check my mind palace.
And so he's all like, hey, Steven Universe, I see you giving my wife all these gems, trying to tag my wife.
Penny.
By the way,
Penny,
thank you.
Penny.
Here's
Penny. I'm married
here's
to Penny.
some recipes.
No, I'm married to Penny.
Oh, okay. The redhead.
Yeah, she's a redhead. She's always taking
She's
care of the
teacher.
2 kids in town.
Yeah.
She's not quite a teacher, but she might as well be a teacher.
Who is a para and also very into volunteerism. God, again with the physical attributes, guys. Who are these characters? Let's get to know them first.
Well, Penny likes many things. Okay, she's very fond of diamonds.
And that
She's
D.
and emeralds. She likes melons and poppies, poppy seed muffins. She likes red plates and roots platters and sandfish and tonkatsu. So just saying, you know.
See, there we go. I like that. Thank you for rounding out that character for me.
Yeah, no problem.
She and her mom live together in a trailer.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and her mom's a piece of shit. I mean,
She gets her act together once you get the bus system working again.
I don't know. She's still an alcoholic, though. I'm wondering if she's sober
But
enough
she's
to drive.
functional.
Yeah, she
This game
is. She's
sounds
functional.
nuts.
Dude, you know what? There is a lot of weird shit going on in this game that I was not expecting, and I think that's part of what actually took me into it.
One of the things I think that people love about this game is the fact that the characters are not like paper cutout characters. They all have shortcomings in some way, shape, or form. And they all have their secrets, and you know, not every one of them is the best person, and they're not always trying to
Except
be
for
the
Jody,
best person. Like some of them don't even try to like one way or the other. They're just being. And
Paul, you're fucking catty, dude.
Hey, look, love does strange things. All right, don't
Yeah.
judge.
I don't know if I'm going to play this game, but I love what it's doing to you guys.
that's one of the things the creator was going for. Concerned Ape, or Eric Baroni, he wanted to make the characters feel more real. So he made them flawed, sometimes in big ways.
Yeah, like Pam, Penny's mom, my in-laws. All right, she's a mess. Just saying.
But she's trying to do right, so like, bong bong, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Now, Werewolf is totally right, though. The characters are actually, like, there's more dimension to all these characters. There's more backstory and little nuances that I was not expecting from such a cute, simplistic game. Like, there's a lot of little, like, you can understand how to play the game if you want to go towards this or that. It's not going to take that long to figure out, but there's a lot of things you can do. But one thing, it's simplified in that way, but at the same time, it's really actually impressive how well he's actually changed these characters so they're not all just the same. Because Penny is different than Leah or Haley or Emily or Abigail, and these are all the women you can marry. And then there's Shane, Sebastian, Sam, Harvey, Elliot, and Alex. I mean, those are all the guys you can marry. It's kind of cool that how everybody has like these little stereotypes. At the same time, they kind of break free of those stereotypes too. So, it's not 100%. Like Abigail has that purple hair, kind of comes off as emo. Sebastian looks like an emo guy, like he's straight from Fall Out Boy, with the hoodie and the bangs over his face. But at the same time, they start actually talking in conversations and stuff with people, and you realize, okay, so that's cool. They're not that one dimensional, and it's really nice. And another thing that Werewolf just touched on that we should talk about is this is made by one person.
Yeah.
And that still blows my mind. Concerned Ape is the dev, and it's one guy.
Yeah, and he's actually not too far from where I live now. He's from the Pacific Northwest.
I thought you were going to say he's from Stardew Valley.
No, I'm I'm not exactly sure how many cities it is away, but it's a bit of a drive. But yeah, he's he's from a little town called Auburn that's kind of between Tacoma and Seattle.
Nice. Like I said, I've mentioned this before. We've had Tobor on here. He's an indie dev. One-man show doing everything, and it blows my mind still. Like, I'm going to be the squeaky, or not the squeaky wheel, but what's it called when you repeat yourself?
Broken record.
Broken record. Thank you. I'm going to be the broken record here and be wearing all those hats. Programming it, art, music, anime, like everything that you do, it's mind-boggling to me. Even in something as simplified as this game, which is basically, a 16-bit era game for graphics, maybe 32. I don't know. I call it the 24-bit because it's in between somewhere. But those little things, like for one person to do, that takes a lot of time and it's a lot of effort, and you can tell that this is a passion project because the guy has been working at it constantly. There's updates and updates and updates, and it just doesn't stop. So it's right there is enough for reason for me to kind of want to push it and say, give it a try. If not, give them your money to support it. I like supporting indie devs.
Well, let's sort of take a few steps back and discuss what kind of game this is for anybody who might not know and is listening. I'm sure that's a pretty small overlap there, but just in case.
Well, we already talked. It's a platformer where you're saving the world from demons. Oh wait, okay, that's.
So I mean, we've likened it to Harvest Moon, but it's a farming and daily life simulator, basically.
Right.
Where you interact with the townsfolk, you keep your farm growing crops and, take care of your animals and all that. After a point, you also unlock the capability of venturing into the mines to...
One of my favorite places.
Yeah, at that point, it's like Zelda. You're down fighting creatures with a sword or a hammer or something, digging up goodies while you're doing it.
Yep.
In that sense, it always kind of struck me. Everybody always says Harvest Moon, Harvest Moon, Harvest Moon, but there's a Harvest Moon spin-off that came out over 10 years before this released, called Rune Factory, which is what I always thought of it more like.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little less stereotypically anime.
Right.
But I think Rune Factory had more focus on the combat elements.
Yeah, there's a little bit of combat. Like, you don't get into fights or anything until you get to the mine, really, and that's a different experience entirely. Like, you get like 120 floors that you go through, and you can go down basically every 5. You get an elevator, and you can go on down through there. So little things like that to spread it out, so you're not just planting seeds, or you're not just raising livestock or chopping wood or anything like that. There's all these little things you do in between, but at the same time, there's enough freedom that if you don't want to grow anything and you just want to go straight down to the mines and make your money that way by selling ores and stuff, you can.
Yeah.
We selling you on this at all, GP?
My thing, and I know I'm not the only one whoever says this, is my aversion to real life simulators is how bad I suck at real life.
Yeah, that's also another factor. That's part of why I stayed away from it.
Having watched some streamers play this, although I feel bad I haven't watched you play it, Paulsh, but having seen this on streams and done a little bit of homework in preparation for today, it does look fun. The masochist in me says I would want to try this to see if there's a game over screen. Is there a way to just completely suck bad at this where it's like, just quit, dude? What are you doing?
I don't know. When you die in the game, basically.
They just take a chunk of your pocketbook.
Yeah, and a few items.
Yeah, some items.
It's salt-inducing. Let's put it that way. It's kind of like dying in Minecraft.
Okay. Now, is there a way to win this game? Do I have to get the K-pop star to come out to my island and put on a concert?
No, that's Ninja Gaiden.
There is a win condition, and I think that happens on either the last day of year 3, if I'm not mistaken. And that's you're basically sort of rated by. I guess it's not really spoiling it because they drop it on you like right at the beginning of the game if you go looking for it fast enough. Your dead grandfather will rate how you've interacted with the townsfolk and your farm and all that.
Okay.
And that's kind of the win condition is getting X amount of points through that. I think he gives you up to 5 stars or something. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Again, I never got that far.
Yeah, there's a star rating, I remember. Or is it candles or something?
But
I think you get like 4 candles on his altar or something, and his ghost visits you or something. I haven't done it. I'm not joking. Like, I think this is what happens. There's some out of this world shit in this game, man. Like, it's really surprising considering, the appearance of the game and just the whole structure of the game, how simplistic it is. But there's these little twists and turns in the stories and the relationships between the characters that is just priceless. Like, apparently the mayor is sleeping with one of the business women in town, and
Marnie
thinks that he's
Marty, Marge or something like that, right?
Marnie.
And so, so like, and he thinks like he's a player and he won't get tied down, so he refuses to get married because he thinks that I was like, okay, so he's a politician, but like all these little jokes and stuff like that. It's just priceless to me because I was not expecting it. I was like, are you kidding me? And they're like, oh yeah, no, that's seriously. Like, you have to find his lucky underpants at some point, and it turns out to be in
Marnie's bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, did anybody check there? I wouldn't think that would be a spoiler. I think that would be the obvious place to look.
Yeah, you have to be good enough friends with Marnie to be able to go into her bedroom and find his shorts.
You don't. It doesn't take that much. Not to besmirch poor Marnie, but
I think you can find him somewhere else after you return him to him the first time.
If you do, I haven't gotten there yet.
Either that or. Oh, you know what? I think it was if you take him and then you drop him in the middle of town, he thinks it's not funny that you just left him there for somebody to find. There's something to it where you can mess with him with his shorts instead of...
That's amazing.
I wish I could remember exactly what it was, but it's a good one. Look into it if you've not done it before and you play Stardew.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. But yeah, there's this there's these strange little things, like there's the different I want to say narratives that go on. There's the quest. It's not like, you have to raise so much money, or you have to farm or grow so much or raise so much livestock. It's whatever you want to do, because it's an open-ended game. There's basically, you said, there's win conditions kind of, but at the same time it's not. It'll just continue on.
Yeah, you can play for decades of in-game time.
Yeah, and basically just choose what you want to do. If you want to, like, marry everybody, divorce everyone, and marry someone else, and, like, go through it one person at a time, you can do that all in the same game. And there's just these random things, like you'll find secret notes, and it'll be a hint as to who is so-and-so's parent, or it's alluding to who is the actual father of this or this kid or whatever. And it's just out of this world to go into. And it's just like, I'm not a big drama queen kind of guy, like 90210 stuff. If you've seen one of those shows like the OC, you've seen them all. So I really don't care for any of that stuff. But man, it's just entertaining as hell in this, because it's just, you can't take it seriously at the same time. So it's just chuckle after chuckle for me. I like it.
Yeah, it's this small town of 40-ish people?
Yeah.
And they all have their secrets and...
Yeah. That's exactly it, though. Yeah. So there's these so many little angles to it, and it's just really cool to see. I'm trying to broaden it out, but at the same time, I just like how simple it is with this. And all of the DLC and stuff in this game, you play, well, DLC. It's basically all integrated into the game, so it's no, pay as you go. Like, you unlock the base model, and then you have to, pay.
Yeah, it's all been free updates, just like with Terraria.
Yeah, so it's just out there to go, and honestly, that's how I think it should be done, especially for indie devs, because it's like they're making games they want to make, they're making their passion projects, and it really shows. So I like that. So, are
there any casino type games?
There apparently is a casino. I haven't made it there yet.
It's a long, convoluted quest. Well, not convoluted, but a long quest line that's long because the items that you have to gather for each leg are kind of tricky to get.
Yeah. It kind of forces you to go through in different ways, like, not different ways, but different, like each season has different crops, so you need to raise different crops, and you get different items as a result. So you're kind of forced into growing a little bit of everything if you want to do that. And it's kind of cool how they kind of nudge you. It's like that invisible hand in Super Metroid that kind of tells you where to go. It doesn't flat out say it, but it says, okay, here you have the grapple beam. There's a couple spots back there you remember having a grapple beam that would have come in handy. So you go back to those, and then next thing you know, you're progressing into the next section. That's kind of like what the story, the quests, I guess, whatever you want to call it, the narratives in those, they kind of work like that. So it's really neat.
Gotcha. Are there drugs, and is there music? Like, can you join a band? And completely unrelated things. Can you do drugs? Are there illicit? I should say it that way.
Are there illicit drugs?
Well, no. I just mean, like, other than affairs with people's wives and politicians, are there, shady things in the game?
Not so much. It's like as strange and out there as it can kind of be with the relationships between everybody. It is still oddly, like, family friendly.
Right. So my daughter could play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, I think it would be almost like Animaniacs with the fingerprints thing. That would be, that more tongue in cheek that a kid wouldn't catch, but you'd catch it as an adult.
Gotcha.
But it's not necessarily like, you're not like, that's dirty. You're just like, oh, it's kind of like that.
Nice. Okay.
That's the exact laugh you do too. I don't know. Moo guy pant. Wait, that's a food.
That's my mother. Did I not tell you the Mugu story? I'll have to tell you sometime.
Okay, yeah, that's after this.
Yeah, we can edit that part out because people are going to ask, and I don't think my mom wants to tell that story. So,
Look, if she's willing to tell it, I say let her tell it.
All right.
Werewolf, I think you may have burned yourself out on this game because you kind of just went crazy with it all in one go. Is that fair to say?
Not all in one go. I've given the game 3 shakes. The last time I played it,
isn't that like playing with, never mind.
Yeah, now you're on vacation.
I don't know I think the last time I made it just into the beginning of the 3rd year. And that was playing with a friend. So that was the only time I played multiplayer.
Gotcha.
And I just the gameplay loop was growing a little tiresome for our weekly gaming windows that we do. So I was like, let's move on to something else after that.
Yeah, because when you're spending like 2 or 3 hours a week on this game, things go slow.
Yeah.
Really slow. So it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just it can get really tiring. So, but I think where this game shines is if you want a game to just kind of relax, you want to zone out, you just want to just shut everything off. It's kind of like that. You just relax a little bit, and next thing you know, I'm 10 days into the season, and then you're like, oh, another couple days. Let me get this. Let me get that. It's kind of piece of candy, very well done.
Yes,
but it's a little less severe than, say, an MMO where you're going to be spending 6 hours trying to farm one item from a specific enemy. It's not quite that labor intensive. So if you want something in between shutting like an MMO experience and a sim, like full on sim game, this one doesn't feel as much like, say, The Sims or SimCity or any of those other sim games. It's kind of a nice in the middle kind of thing.
Yeah, because there's no overbearing like major organizational management to it. It's like in The Sims, you're overseeing the entire household, its funding, their livelihoods and friendships and relationships and all that. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Instead, you are one person interacting with everybody else. So you're only monitoring that one character's relationships and interactions. And even then, you don't have to do any of that. You can go the entirety of the game being just a total introvert, never bothering with anybody save for going to the shop and buying things. And on top of that, there are 2 shops you can go to. So you don't even have to get to know the locals. You can go to the Joja Mart and
yeah,
buy seeds from them for a little cheaper.
Yep.
Instead of supporting local.
Yeah, I made it a point not to spend a penny in Joja Mart. Just saying. You may or may not be able to shut the place down if you play the game right. And I may have opted to go directly for that route and shut them down. So Joja Mart is basically your big box store equivalent.
It's like Walmart and Amazon and everything else rolled into one.
It's Shinra, yeah. It's definitely Shinra. And like the guy that's in there is actually, he might as well be Rufus. So, man, what's his name?
I don't remember, but he's got that mustache.
Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah, he's got a Snidely Whiplash look to him. Yes,
that's cool. And see, that's the other thing is I'm a bit of a completionist, so I would want to marry every single person in that village.
It's not that long. It's not that hard, to be honest. You just have to give them nice things. I just realized how superficial this game actually is because that's how you buy affection in this game. It's not like being nice to them and talking to them. It's just giving them things that they like. And next thing you know, your heart meter goes up with each character. When it gets up so high, you can start dating. Wow.
I know it's an out there thing, but Werewolf, it sounds like the dev of this game. Can we get him on here and interview him? I have a list of questions about the analogous version, or clearly this is all based on his life experience. I'm very curious to see who's Marty or Marnie or whatever her name is. Who's the mayor?
No, I don't know her. It's just, or know him. It's just that
How big can the Pacific Northwest be?
there's not a ton of places up here. Like being from Southern California, I feel like everybody lives in a different city. If you know anybody, they all live in a different city, and they're all like right on top of each other, just the same. Up here,
Well, let's make it happen.
there's a lot fewer cities, it seems like, than in Southern California. So like my brain, I can wrap my head around all this a little easier up here. Plus, the city this guy's from, it's stuck in my head because the wife had some meetings she had to attend up in that area with a previous employer. So she was going up there like once a month.
Like 2 months out till we can talk to this guy, or
just open your window and yell out loud enough. He might hear you.
no? I'm just saying,
Concerned,
I think it's got to take a special kind of mind to come up with this, and then again, a lot of the best fiction draws from personal experience, and just going off of the types of characters that you guys have talked about today, I have to ask, who hurts you? Like, who are these people in your experience? Who are these people in real life?
$10 says it was Haley.
I know this is kind of circling back to something we talked about earlier, but I find it super interesting that this guy did do the artwork, the music, the programming, like all of that, the writing. The fact that one guy did all of that, the sheer amount of all of that that's in this game is where my brain is like, dude, because we mentioned what was Axiom Verge, and that was one guy. But the scope of that game versus this game, it's kind of no contest.
Yeah, it's crazy. And just think of the platforms that it's on. It's easier to list the platforms that it's not on than it is.
Yeah, it's on Stardew is on 9 different platforms. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, considering people playing this on their phone and, 360, Xbox One, everything from, the last generation to the current generation, phones and Steam, like it's all there. The fact that he basically ported it to everything and everybody is like, there's no end all be all. Like, oh, you're only playing. It's not like playing Minecraft where it's like if you're playing it on a console versus playing it on PC, or like you're missing out half the experience. Like it might be that on phone. I don't know. I don't play games on phone. My phone won't handle it. But the fact that he's gone out of the way to put that much out there, it's mind-boggling to me. So I like it.
Again, mad respect, even though I've never played it. I want to therapize this person.
Yeah. Oh, the questions would be priceless, to be honest. Like, did you date Haley in real life? Like even where did you get the names? Was it drawn out of a hat? Was it naming after your friends? Was it literally just trying to win bonus points with people you had the hots for? Those kind of things.
I'll send some emails. That'd be great.
I think that pretty much covers it, though. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this game. We could still talk about it more in great detail, but I think the biggest thing is if you're interested in this game, then you should try it. You really should. It's worth it. It's worth a good shake. 3 even.
The fandom that this game has created is massive, and that's just wild to think about when you consider the fact that this game started as something to pad the guy's resume because he was having trouble finding a job after graduating college.
Right.
Which is great to have to go from doing something like that to basically he's probably never going to have to work again. He can probably retire.
Yeah. Well, and all this stuff on an idea that we had this spiritual successors one, and we mentioned this, but yeah, this is based off of Harvest Moon because he loved Harvest Moon and he basically wanted to make his own version of it and exceeded it, really. So it's just kind of cool that a fan-made game, a spiritual successor from a completely, like, just a fan, and it's just taken over the world like this, because this is one of the most best-selling indie games of all time, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sure. It's especially given all the platforms it's on and everything. Like, there's a pretty good chance a lot of people who've purchased it have purchased it more than once.
Yeah.
I have.
There you go, right?
So That's got to be the question for me. For these real life or like chore simulators, is this the best of the best of the best with honors, or is this like what's the order? Put it with Harvest Moon and put it with Animal Crossing.
I can't say anything for Animal Crossing. I haven't played any of them, but I know more people that play Stardew Valley than Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing seems to be more of a like a passing fad. When the new game comes out, people get excited over it and then they put it down. But I know people that have been playing Stardew for years. So
Here's a decent metric. Eric Baroni got the chance to meet the creator of Harvest Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy was completely blown away that Stardew Valley was made completely by one person. He didn't understand how that was possible.
That's awesome. That's like when you go to meet your idol, and then your idol asks you for your autograph.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, I started playing guitar because of you. And then he's like, hi, I'm Eddie Van Halen. Here, sign that. No.
Oh, man. I really thought you were going to go with the John Petrucci route with that.
No.
Like
no, not with that one.
Like a normal human being would. But you had to go with the Van Halen, which is respectable.
You know, it's just I'm not even a big Van Halen fan, but I felt like it had to have some respect there. So if I'm looking at it here correctly, just according to the Wikipedia, by January,
I'm out. I quit.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. We've peaked with Wikipedia.
I love Community, but anyways, according to Wikipedia, January 2020, Stardew Valley has sold over 10 million copies across all platforms.
Damn.
So, yeah, that's a lot of sales, man. So yeah, I think if that's not one of the biggest selling indie games of all time, then I don't even care, because that's just insane. But yeah, so again, if anybody hasn't checked it out and you're interested, definitely look this up. So the game is called Ninja Gaiden.
Right.
Wait, did we beat that one enough yet? No? Okay. One more. So take out your sword. You can get Ninja Sword in this game, I think. I'm sure you can get a katana to go fight in the mine. Check it out if you're interested. Let me know if you want to play this game, or if you have any experiences. Who did you marry? I love hearing about that for some reason. I just like knowing. Like, my friend was just like, I married Penny. I was like, I just finished marrying Penny. I was like, me and you were the same kind of deal, you know? And I want to judge someone who says, yeah, I went for Haley.
Yeah.
Because like, she's just that superficial one. And I realize they're all superficial, because they're all, it's like, you're buying all their affections with items. So
I mean, on the surface, they all have a stereotype. You got Haley, who's the Valley Girl type character. Her older sister, who's the hippie. You got Abby, the emo goth girl, like you mentioned. Penny is like the bookworm. You've got, I can't remember the other girl's name. The girl with the glasses.
Maru.
Yeah, she's the science geek.
Then there's Abed. Are we still doing the community thing? No? Okay.
And fuck Pierce. Because there is like a Pierce-like character, because George is in there and he's like a crummy old dude. And I'm just wondering if like...
Oh, yeah.
He's in a wheelchair, and I'm wondering if it's old age, or if it's because like there's something to do with his Moist Towelette franchise empire.
There's probably a backstory about how he tried to cheat with Marnie behind the back of the mayor, and he had his knees capped.
Well, apparently you can kind of pull a coitus interruptus on the mayor and Marnie in a bush at some point.
Oh my god, this is great.
So it's like, yeah, it's hilarious just for that, because I was just playing this game. It was just go through the motions, and then next thing you know, these weird little things are happening with the mayor, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And so we're just like, yeah, this is really happening. Yeah, check it out. I'm just gonna leave it here. Let's probably end it here, because I don't want to ruin it for anybody else who hasn't played it, but definitely check it out. Stardew Valley by Concerned Ape. It's on Steam. It's on basically anything you want to play your games on, and whatever works for you, give it a shot.
Definitely.
Anything you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
No, I
Okay.
got nothing. Yeah, sorry.
Werewolf.
I got something I want to say.
Oh, you want to say?
Oh,
you
there
want
you
to
go.
say something? Okay, say something.
Jake, if you're out there. No, I'm sure he's fine. Really, the last I had heard, he was joining that NASA program to see if he could withstand 6 months isolation for a trip to Mars. So if he's out there, I'm sure he's okay.
I don't know if those bootleg video game controllers are worth it to be risking, all of these. Anyways, I'm not going to get into it. Jake, I believe in you.
You got this, brother.
You got this.
You Tupperware-shaped sumbitch. No.
What does
I
that
don't know
mean?
if that's like an insult or yeah. Is that an insult or is that a compliment?
Compliment. I myself, very, very turned on by the Tupperware.
There are some smooth curves. Yeah, but anyways, until they burp, then you get grossed out.
Oh God.
But anyways, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm Polish109. You can find me every now and then on Twitch at twitch.tv/Polish109. That's PALSH 109. And if you want to find Werewolf, take it away.
I have a couple of presences. You'll find me if you search WAREWULFF and then tell Google that that's what you meant.
I like that you have to clarify that. That's nice. And Je Pois from the Retro Therapy. How can we find more of you?
Well, yeah, I'm on twitch.tv/theretrotherapy. You can also search for us on Instagram. I almost said Instacart because I've been ordering my groceries from home. Was it Instagram, Twitter? We have a YouTube page. And also, I think this could be fun.
OnlyFans.
I know. I would love to get a Retro Therapy Wikipedia page. So if three of you guys and gals want to vote on whatever my backstory is going to be, that could be fun.
Ooh. Fan-made backstory? Ooh.
Apparently, in order for it to be fact on Wikipedia, it just takes 3 people to agree. So let's see if we can really unify some things here, guys, and embarrass the hell out of my family.
There we go. Challenge accepted. And then for anybody else who's not listening, who is listening, check out Sick Jake, too. Jake has also been known to stream on occasion. It's SICJAKE.
Jake.
Hot garbage.
Jake.
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 Jake. Jake, wake up.
Jake.
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 So fun.
So thank you again for listening. And also check out our link for Discord. You can check it out on pressbtocancel.com. Wherever you get listening to this, check us out. You can join Discord. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and we even have a Ko-Fi account. Or Ko-Fi? Coffee? How do you even say it, Werewolf?
I imagine it's coffee, but it's not spelled that way at all.
Yeah. So it's basically like Patreon, but it buys us coffee instead. So anybody who wants to check it out, check it out. And that will be also on our website. You can find the link in Discord. And we'll be looking forward to hearing from you next time. Peace out, everybody.
Press B to peace out.
Press B. Press B to find Jake.
Press B to GTFO.
Oh.
Too much?
Special thanks for music. Go to Arthur the Last Ancient on Spotify or The Last Ancient on Bandcamp. For more episodes, please visit our website at pressbtocancel.com. As well, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe at Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, or anywhere else you'd like to listen to your favorite shows. As always, thank you. This has been
Press B to cancel.
Press B to